Now, I am going to show you a clip from a debate, recent debate. I believe it was back last year in July, so 2024 July, between Dr. James White and Alex from Voice of Reason. Okay. They both did well. Okay. I'm impartial right now during this video. They both did well. I mean, James White is an amazing debater, regardless of the content, right? Regardless of what he's arguing for or against, right? He's a good debater. So I'm going to play this clip for you, and this is why I think Dr. James White is the #1 apologist, Protestant, that's going to convert to Catholicism.
Um, before you start that timer, Alex, I'm enjoying this.
Me too, Dr.
Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. This is one of the biggest honors of my life. I've been watching this man for almost 10 years, and the fact that I'm on stage with him, I'm gonna cry. This is, I'm very spoiled. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I started doing this before he was born, so it's like, and I'm enjoying it.
But we both have back problems, so at least we're.
So, if you know Dr. James White and his history of debating Catholics since the early 90s, okay? Jerry Matitix, Robert Sungenis, Father Mitch Pacwa, Tim Staples, Patrick Madrid, it goes on and on and on. You will know that Dr. James White isn't too fond, I wouldn't say of Catholics, but of Catholicism, but by extension, the way that his interlocutors have treated Dr. James White, the Catholic ones, I'm really not all that surprised that Dr. James White is what he is. Because you got to remember, when you're debating, this is why I don't like debates, okay? At least moderated, okay, who won, all that stuff. You got to remember, you're not there to win an argument or a debate. You're there to save a soul, to convert a soul, right? That's what you're doing. Now, obviously, you want to still debate on the truth. So truth and love. But what I've seen in a lot of debates against Dr. James White from Catholics is not a lot of love. Okay? And I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but that's just going to push him further away. Now, given all that background and context, for James White, I don't care who the Catholic is, okay? I don't care if it's St. Teresa of Calcutta sitting there. For James White to pause and say, can you just hold on a second, and to go over to Alex, to shake his hand, and to wrap your arm around him is the most miraculous thing I've seen in a long time. That was a straight up miracle, considering what has transpired over the last 35 years with James White and Catholics. Okay. Again, that doesn't mean he's agreeing or acquiescing to Catholic doctrine, but for him to do that, something I think softened his heart right there in that moment. And it was Alex, because Alex, when he does stuff, right, he does it, it's based on love and humility. It's based on that. Then let's get to debate. And let me present my case and speak the truth of the Catholic Church. But so many other debaters or Catholics, they have it backwards. And that's not, it doesn't work that way. The only other person that debated James White that had a similar effect on James White was Father Mitchell Pacwa, the Jesuit. And he will explain that. Dr. James White will mention that over and over again. He's the only one. And if you go back to the debates against Dr. White and Father Mitchell Pacwa, just watch how Father Mitchell Pacwa treats Dr. James White as a human being made in the image of God, and how he talks to him, how he looks at him, how he asks questions. It's done out of sincere love. And Alex is the only other person that I've seen do that with James White. So I think if Dr. James White converts, it's because of Alex from the Voice of Reason and Father Mitchell Pacwa. Guaranteed. You heard it here first, okay? If Dr. James White actually converts to Catholicism and the whole world goes mad, remember this video. Remember this video. Like, I should get something for this, right? Okay, so that's all I have. So again, number 3 rather. Redeem Zoomer, please go subscribe to his channel. Number 2 is Gospel Simplicity. That's Austin. Go subscribe to his channel and watch his stuff. And number 1 is Dr. James White. Those are the top three Protestant apologists that I think are most disposed and likely to convert to Catholicism. But we should never proselytize or convince anybody. It's a work of the Holy Spirit. I love you guys. Praise be Jesus and Mary, now and forever. Thank you for liking and subscribing.